Hi guys, this is Greg, North for 49 ADV. Behind me, the Africa Twin. We just received the new exhaust for the Africa Twin, the HpCorse, directly from Triple Clamp after a little bit of a waiting period. You know, it made itself really desired to get here. So today's the job. Working on that and see what's good about it. We're gonna do multiple things. We're gonna do a test sound already. Prepared that. Have a dB meter on the phone, and we're gonna see what's the volume of the OEM exhaust and what's the volume of the new exhaust. The goal here in Canada, in BC, is not to pass 91 decibels at 3000 RPM. So, finger crossed, that's what it's gonna be. HpCorse, that's your paperwork here for Euro 5 compliance, so do not lose that. Yeah, this is nice. All right, lots of things to unpack. I will probably not install that today, to be honest with you. It's already late in the afternoon, but I was very curious what this thing looked like. I'm gonna open the muffler here. I will not use sharp tools to do that. I don't want to scratch the can. There it is. Oh, they even have their logo inscribed on it now. Triple Clamp. And yeah, I'll still have this. I'm not in love with it. This end here. Pipe with the spark arrestor, which we're gonna keep. Obviously, the spark arrestors, we don't need something to make more noise. But yeah, it's we're gonna have to wait that, right? It's it was part of the thing. One of the reasons why I wanted to upgrade the exhaust is we're still trying to make the Africa Twin lose weight. You know. It's a crazy endeavor, but they've been removing, what did I say the other day, 27 pounds so far of things. Ooh, look at that. This is nice. This is nice. That's real carbon too. I can tell, like I can see the fiber, the lacing inside and everything. So this is nice. I'm gonna keep that there. And the mid pipe. So yeah, we removed 27 pounds, and keep in mind that some of it is gonna come back. 12 of that is gonna come back because that's part of the rear pannier rack, and I do need that when I go camping and when I travel with the motorcycle. So, but right now let's try to get as much weight off as possible. Whenever this is the mid pipe. Ooh la la, this is pretty. Okay. I had to wait a little bit for this whole thing to show up, but you know what? As usual, it's quite well done. You know, like cannot see. Let's see where it's welded a little bit here, but no big deal. Like. Really, so what's gonna happen, and obviously we're gonna weigh all that. We're gonna put that on the scale probably in a minute or two, and we'll keep note of it, all that, including I don't know where it went, including the hardware here. Okay, we'll just make a little hole in there, and we're gonna weigh everything. Okay. All right, this is the scale. Turning on. Hope you can see the numbers. Right now it's in kilograms. I got a very convenient little hook thingy here. We got 1.88 for just the can itself. I've zeroed everything again. Find a little hook there. 1.88, so let's say 1.9. 760. Zero everything again. Try not to drop my stuff. I'm gonna cry if I drop the thing. And the hardware. Ugh. 300 grams roughly hardware. So 1.640 plus 300, 1.935. Well, I'm not gonna count the very like feather light carbon protector thingy. Let's say 5 grand. Okay. 1.940 with the very feather light carbon piece over there. 5 grams probably. Okay. So 1.940, that's in kilograms, and that would be, I got my dB meter. You can see when I'm speaking it's going up and down. It's 20 inch away from the exhaust at a 45-degree angle. Apparently that's how you're supposed to measure it. I'm gonna turn the bike on and I'm gonna try to get to the 3000 RPM. That's the volume at idle right here. 81, 82. All right, now this is out of the way, we can start taking things apart. Now you cannot start the bike if you're gonna replace this guy here, and hopefully it cools down a little bit. You cannot start the bike until you replace the servo thing from Healtech, or else you're gonna get an error message and then it's gonna be annoying to remove. All right, in order to do this, I'm gonna need to remove this part here to access the little box with all the cable system, whatever, I can't remember what it's called. Okay, so first remove that, and I'm gonna replace the servo eliminator right away. You can see one thing, I did that yesterday. So I already put the bracket in. Sorry, so you're not gonna see that on video, and the reason is I got it and it took me an hour to figure out where to put this thing. Really. So it was annoying. So what you have to do is remove that cover here. Under that, so you have to remove the clips inside. Under that, you're gonna have one bolt that's going from there to here, and you're gonna have another bolt here, and the part goes on this, and then you put everything back. So basically you go remove everything down to the frame, to the subframe, you bolt that to the subframe, and you put that back on. And yeah, it took me a while because there was no instruction, so it took me a while to figure out which way it's going. Hopefully it's correct. Okay, let's start taking things apart. Alright, so this is what I did. I removed the cover here. I got these two things that were connected, and there is a servo here. This we're gonna keep. This should go. There was another pin on the other side, and now this thing should come out sometime if I insist. Alright, so if you pull a little bit on it, the whole thing is gonna come, and that's your system here. So what we need to do is we're gonna need to remove the exhaust, and we're gonna take this plastic back here so we can reinstall that even empty, so it keeps the bike waterproof, water resistant. Now the exhaust. Okay, so this is gone. We have access to this clamp here, and that should be same as everything, 12 mil. It's stuck. So these two bolts, 12 mil, and there's another nut at the back. They are rusted shut, so I'm hoping I remove the clamp here. I'm hoping I can remove everything in one piece. Alright, update. I had to, well, basically that broke. So rusted inside that very broke in there. I had to remove the passenger peg to have a better access to it, and now I can see clear. So now we're gonna proceed with putting the exhaust. I'm gonna put this thing on a tripod. Usually when we do these things, we try to put everything a little bit loose. This we're not gonna use anymore, so it's gonna stay there. And yeah, we'll see how to put that together. I'm not sure what this bracket is for, but this has the heat thingy, so it should face my way. I got some of the hardware. So here's the can. I already made it dirty. Put that in there, more or less lined up. This, I assume, goes in there somehow. Maybe I should do that like this. Oh yeah, maybe. Try not to lose my hardware, which is very difficult because my god, putting my dirty finger on this thing. Sad. So sad. So, consider myself lucky. Oh yeah, tout juste. Just. Yep. Consider myself lucky if I don't have to readjust the exhaust, but the signal, it's touching a little bit, so we'll put the hardware and the nuts on this and see where it is landing. Really. Flying blind here. Let's go from the inside. It was not lined up. One. Some key. So yeah, it's just right now, I'm just not tightening anything, just everything by hand to see how it lines up. Alright, so it's touching a little bit my tail tidy. It's not a big deal, not a huge big deal. That's how it looks. Don't look too bad. So now I just have to button up everything, clean it up, and see where I need to adjust this and that. All right, the exhaust is on the machine. As you can see, I don't have a lot of space actually touching here, so I'm gonna need to work on my tail tidy here to make sure it goes at least like 5 mm that way if I can. So I have to work on that because that's where the exhaust goes, and that's it. I struggle a little bit with the carbon heat shield here. You will struggle too because the holes don't really align perfectly, but there's a bit of flex in it, so it should work. I put the temporary nut here back because they were missing in my bag of hardware. And as you can see, we're not done. Still have to put the passenger peg and still have to put everything back. And I got this thing here, the servo eliminator from Healtech. I can leave a reference in the description. That's gonna go basically on there. I need to tuck that in and then take back the cover and put the cover back. So that's gonna be in a minute or two. Alright, I got this bug back in there, and there was a hole in there, so I plugged it with Gorilla duct tape. Now all we need is to put the cover back on, and that's it. Make sure I didn't lose any, missed any rivet pin or whatever, and we're good to go. Alright, and now we're gonna see how much weight I saved. So this is what I removed. Attention. 6.115 kilograms. Oh smokes. Okay. 13.5 pounds. All right, here we go again. I'm speaking at a high volume. Different exhaust. 20" from the exhaust, 45-degree angle, more or less. Let's see what we get. Same volume at idle. All right, what do you think, guys? All right, you have it. The setting up of the SP1 HpCorse exhaust. To recap, you're gonna need to open this mudguard there, remove the servo, and put the servo eliminator that you get from Healtech. That's the one that HpCorse recommends. You're gonna have to get that on your own. It's separate, it's not part of the kit. You're gonna have to put that before you put the contact key and you turn on the ignition, otherwise you're gonna have a fault code, and then it's gonna be a bit annoying to remove. So you do that, you save the plastic. Once you have all the cabling and everything from the exhaust, you're gonna save this little cap here, and you're gonna put it back so it's kind of nice and tidy and water resistant-ish. You will remove on the old exhaust, remove all this shield thingy here, and remove the clamp that's here. Mine broke, and then I suggest you remove that to wiggle the exhaust out of the pipe here. Because the cat converter is still there, you do not need to add anything else but the servo eliminator. You do not have to remap the bike, whatever, unless you really want to, but technically you don't have to. It's still the same mapping. You're not changing anything. The exhaust is Euro 5 compliant. It comes with paperwork agreeing on that. We did the test. around 85 something dB, which is way below the 91 required in BC, and we did it the way basically the cops would do it, except that, you know, we don't have that much of a good dB meter, but close enough. It's far from the 91 decibels. So if you get stopped on the street because they say you're making too much noise, you can definitely argue that, and you can ask for them to do a test like with the proper conditions here. Even here in my garage, I probably got more noise reverb than I should. I should have opened the door. I should have at least 8 foot behind or all around the bike, basically, to do a proper noise volume test. So if my numbers are high because I'm indoor, it's even better, because it means that I'm technically a little bit lower. So yeah, that's the thing. And then this part is pretty simple. Like I said, it took a while to figure how to put, and I'm gonna show you the bracket. The bracket is here, and so you have to remove, like I said earlier, you have to remove all this plastic here and all the way down to the red frame here, and then you can put the bracket on and everything back on top. That's what took the most time. Managed to push the the tail tidy a couple of millimeters, but I need to work on that. And it's not touching, but almost touching. So we'll see how if it's annoying, and if it's annoying, I will do something about it. Yeah, that's the install for you. I hope the video is not going to be too long, and I try to skip through the boring parts of taking, you know, plastic apart or whatever. That are very simple to do, as long as I have the main parts like I just explained, the frame bracket and everything else. Everything else is super simple. It's time consuming. So now it's 15:20. I think I just started around 1, so it took me like 2 solid hours basically, but I really took my time, and I cleaned some stuff in between with the compressor, so I wanted to make things really nice and tidy in there. So I'm pretty happy. Now I just gotta take it for a ride and see how it sounds at high speed. That's what I'm really curious about. In the meantime, have fun. Subscribe, don't subscribe. Enjoy the weather. Hopefully it's not raining where you are and you can ride a little bit. And yeah, if you have questions, then just put them in the comment. I hope you enjoyed this video.
1 hour later.
Well, little surprise. Thing we didn't think about is, you see this for the pannier rack. So for the Outback Mototech pannier rack, we're gonna have to make a special bracket here to go over the exhaust pipe, because right now it does not fit anymore. Alright, I'm gonna call my fabricator and ask him to look at it.